You are now watching KingdomworkTv. This is a new series that's called Shine the Light. Shine the Light is about my struggles with pornography. During this video, or the series of this video, I'm addressing this shackles that the enemy have around my ankles. I'm not living in secret anymore. I am telling the world, I am allowing God to direct my path, because where I'm going, this cannot go with me. And this one day, and I know one day, this will be a testimony how God delivered me from pornography, from lust, and from the hands of the enemy. So if I sound out of breath, if I pause, please bear with me. I got the window open, and I do sort of kind of live in the hood a little bit. So you hear sirens and the wind blowing. It's just the enemy trying to distract me from doing this. And I'm gonna continue to walk down this path. I'm covered. I anointed my head with oil. I got my tiller with me because I want to surround myself with the love of God. So let me tell you about this story about this little boy named Antonio. Antonio grew up Antonio grew up in a very weird place. And when I mean in a weird place, the hood, but in a place of lustful interaction, I should say, was visible very early. And when I mean lustful actions, I grew up around, criminals, but prostitution was very, very vivid. So if I'm outside playing, going to school, playing with my friends, or just chilling on the porch, or just sitting outside, or standing outside, I visible see prostitution things going on, whatever, in sexual act. And that began to spark my interest in what is that. On top of being molested at 5 years old. So I lived in an apartment building. It was like a four family flat sort of thing. And upstairs was a man named, I'm not gonna say his last name. His name is Eugene, and we used to call him Mr. Eugene. And Mr. Eugene used to have a serious porn addiction, to the point where he had boxes upon boxes. He had magazines, he had DVDs, he had VHS. Tell about age here and everything like that. So, and at the beginning, they didn't know what it was, but sometimes, like, we would find magazines, we would find DVDs, we would find VHSs on the floor that he would drop from carrying from upstairs and from his apartment down to his storage unit, which is in the basement. Looking back on that and saying that there was a trap from the enemy, setting traps for me. And me, I should say me, my sister, and my brother, you know what I'm saying? But particularly me, I dealt with a lot of insecurity issues growing up. Because a lot of my friends always got chosen by girls and everything like that. I'm always the last choice, even right now as a full-fledged adult. Even though I was very promiscuous at one point in my life, I always, at a very, very early age, I got rejected very early, because I always been the big fat black dude in the hood or in school, whatever. I'm always the tallest one, so females never find me attractive. I'm always the friend or the homeboy or the brother or the cousin sort of thing. So I always feel rejected, and pornography became a comfort for me. You know, I sometimes, even right now, you know, I know there's nothing about the enemy, but just really getting down to the root of things is like, how come I'm always the last choice? How come I can't be the first choice? You know what I'm saying? And it plays on my insecurity because, you know, I'm a dark-skinned dude. I got weight on me and I'm very tall. And, you know, I got my speech is kind of slur a little bit. You know, I got extra fingers on me. You know what I'm saying? When I got to a teenage age, I got a bump on my nose that never went away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had a lot of insecurities that I never faced in my life. And I just like, okay, it is what it is. And so I built my confidence on my hands, and deep down inside, I wasn't confident whatsoever. So pornography gave me that illusion of comfort. I don't understand why it's a sense of comfort. And I think it's because I never had a chance to have that, you know, like, you're handsome. I never got called handsome until I got older. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started getting women or family members, even my mom. Like, me and my mom have a type of conversation. I asked my mom, like, how come you never told me I was handsome? You know what I'm saying? And she told me her reasons why, whatever like that, you know, and it wasn't a bad reason I asked her that question. She gave me an answer, and it wasn't a bad answer at all. And I really understood it, which y'all like, then what'd she say? So basically she told me, like, you know, she grew up in the era of her life, or generations her life, that wasn't acceptable, you know, to tell your loved ones or your brother or your sisters and everything, like, you know, they're beautiful or anything like that, or you're a handsome man, because it's like, you know, homosexuality. And, you know, back in my mama is an older woman, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell her age, but she's up there, right? And she is back in our era, that was just taboo. You just didn't do that. It's just like, I'm showing you, I'm visible, I'm giving you hugs and kisses and all of these things and stuff like that, but I'm letting you know you are beautiful, you know. But at the time, it wasn't correlating with me. And on top of pornography, also gave me this weird confidence about myself, of illusion of power, because I always been abused. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, never been poured into. And even right now, as a grown man, I run to pornography for validation. I run to pornography if I'm sad or if I'm happy, or I want to run to pornography if I'm feeling down, or I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling whatever, how I feel internally. I want to run to pornography. And at 37 years old, I don't want to run to that place anymore. And I want to give this to God. I don't want to be in the place of the illusion and understanding I am already validated. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have these moments, but it's okay for me to even give it to God and let God feel this voice in my heart and my mind and my soul. If I say who he is to me, I have to let him know, even in times where I don't feel the most confident, he is that for me. So this is the reason why for this video, is because I want to talk to that little boy on 3421 West SO4. I want to talk to him. Don't pick up the magazine. Don't pick up the VHS. Pornography will be a life of torment for the next 30-some years of your life. But this is your key right here that God is giving you, to take these shackles off of your feet and hand it over to God. You don't need to watch porn to make you feel that you are confident, because you are already confident. God's word lets you know, remain confident, stay firm in the faith. You're going to stand on business. And I just want to apologize to you. Just want to apologize. I didn't mean to hurt you, Antonio. I apologize. You don't have to go through that abuse anymore. You don't have to live in abuse no more. You always will be the first choice in God's eyes. Always. No matter what the enemy says, no matter what anybody tell you. And even though sometimes you think this way, you always God's first choice. You a brave young man. You're a very smart young man. Your insecurities is your superpowers. Being vulnerable, being honest, being straight. Even right now, recording this, you laying down your burdens at God's feet. Lord knows I didn't want to be this way. And Antonio, you're going to do something that's going to help your kids one day. They don't have to fight this fight. You know? So I'm proud of you for doing this and speaking up and shining that light on the enemy. Because they enemy of perversion, they enemy of lust, they enemy of looking at women only on the sex objects. The enemy of thinking that you are less than. It's all a lie from the enemy. Okay?